Guys want to tell everyone about our fish tank? I think we should. Since we didn't do a Friday update last week, let's do one right now. So, absolutely nothing prepped for this. We're not in good shape. You can see half of my lights went out, or they've dimmed out. The power supply is bad. I picked up a new power supply about 2 months ago, maybe a month ago, when I had problems before, and then all of a sudden this one magically worked. So, got to plug that in. Everybody else up here seems to be doing okay. I'm a little concerned with the white edges on the corals up here on the top. I don't know, maybe it's just growth, maybe there's too much light. I don't think there's too much light. I don't know, we'll see. But I've kind of got everything piled over on this side because where did all my rock go? Well, I've got rock in the basement trying to build up a better rock structure. Last night I went through, this may be interesting, watch. Hang on. Much better. Okay, where was I? So, I did a few things up here, or I'm working on something up here. So I bought this battery backup, or a battery-powered bubbler, I don't know, a month or two ago. Haven't gotten these installed. So a word to anybody who's doing a fish tank build right now, Reef Frenzy, perhaps. If you're going to put in something to deal with power failures, which I recommend, boy, do it now instead of after you've put in a bunch of crap. It's kind of a pain in the ass to do it. I found some rigid tubing, and I need to sort of tuck that into the back corner and get it. It's just out of the way. Maybe a little dab of super glue or something to keep it in. But basically the tube comes up out of the tank. I kind of did a little bendy around the edge there, and it runs up to the backup system, which when plugged in, everything is fine. It just sits quiet, but if the power goes off on it, you can hear it goes meh, right? And I get air in the tank. So that's just sort of a demo on the battery backup system, but that's what we've got. All right, turn that off. That's a little annoying. What else did I do up here? Probably not that much. No, I really haven't. Let's go to the basement. We'll talk about what's going on down there. It's a train wreck down there, and I'll show you. Yeah, that's my life. That's how it is. Everybody up here seems to be doing well, though. Fish are pretty happy, except for the fact that I ripped out half their rocks. I'm going to take the rest of these rocks down and work on something better and try to get it up here. I was hoping to get it all done last night, but that just didn't happen. All right, shards of rock from last night where I found some things that were a little bigger than I wanted, and I chipped them off. Kind of good. It takes a special amount of guts, I guess, to get to a point where you're willing to just bash up your rocks. I don't have that much. So yeah, it's kind of a train wreck down here. I did a couple of sort of partial structures. I'm going to pin things together with some fiberglass rods here. I don't think I'm going to glue the rods in, but I'll definitely have them in there to keep stuff from sliding off of each other. You'll see over here is my piles of rock. Actually, you can kind of see some of the holes that I drilled in there, so the rods will slide through and hold pieces in place, and then I'll just disguise the rods. Actually, this is interesting. So I took one of my older rocks that was upstairs. It's kind of an ugly rock, and I put the ugly side down, and then I made a couple little feet for it out of cement there, so that it would sit level when it's sitting on that edge. Of course, everything is back on here, but yeah. I was hoping to have all of this up for my Friday update, but you know, why fake the world when the reality is not all projects end Thursday night. Maybe next week I'll have the rockscape updated for you all. What's going on in the refugium? Not much. The grow light that I picked up the other day, a couple of weeks ago, seems to be growing the Chaeto pretty well. The Callirpa that I picked up is totally gone. I have no idea. It's gone. And my mangroves have not sprouted or done anything. So it looks like I'm pretty much killing those. There's two of them that I took over here and put in a sump. Because I could, right? I said, what the heck, I'll put them in there. As of today, I actually have some color showing on my screen, which is really good. I'm pretty happy getting something coming on this. I think I'm gonna back off on, maybe even shut down the skimmer for a day or two and see if I can get the mat really seated here. If anybody thinks that's a bad idea, let me know. I'm still struggling with temperature. I've now got a total of 4 heaters in the system, so 5. It's not even 700 watts. It's about 700 watts, and maybe 750. So anyway, that's the next project. I'll figure out what's going on or what I can do there. I was at the fish store the other day and I picked up a couple of corals. These guys will move upstairs as soon as I'm done, so tough to sort of spot them both. But the painted hammer here, it's got blue and green ends, and then the other one is sort of a green tipped hammer that's in back, and these are just frags off the other hammers that I had upstairs. So those should all do well. Mr. Arrow, there he is under there. I don't know if you can see him. Maybe not. Anyway, he got himself a worm last night on his own, which is great. While I was redoing rocks upstairs, I found a couple more worms, and so my process on the worms, when I get bristlers upstairs, I throw them in a cup and I bring them down here, and I pull out this rock, and I drop the bristlers in there so that they crawl in there, and the goal is for him to actually pick them out and hunt them himself, rather than me hand feeding him, because that's just no good. He's not going to learn anything that way. Anyway, that's about all we've got going on down here. QT Fish, they've got another week. These are so chill. There's just nothing going on with these guys. They're just hanging out. They're like, hey, gonna feed us again? Yeah, I will in a minute. But that's about it. So my mock-up of my rock space, this is from the edge of the counter to here is about how much space I've got upstairs to play with. So I want to try to build up something here, and then I'll take it upstairs and install it. We'll go from there. So yeah, lots of projects, lots of stuff in there. You know, I want to thank folks, anybody who's keeping track. Well, it's probably just me keeping track. I have well over 100 subs right now. I've got 115, I think. So I want to thank you, send a quick little thank you out to everybody who's subscribed recently. I appreciate it. I've got a bunch of loyal followers that comment just about every week when I put things up. And I really appreciate you guys, because oftentimes you point out all of the silly things that I've done that I can fix and do better. And that's always good. So that's my update for this week. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, or subscribe if you'd like to see more in this series.